Welcome, everyone. Welcome into tonight's subscriber energy live reading. I see Sandra has popped in already. Let me know, Sandra, is sound okay? I've kind of moved the speaker around, the mic around a little bit, so that I could be more on one table instead of both tables. So yeah, just let me know sound is okay. I didn't get a chance to watch the water signs over. So I don't really know how it turned out. Hi Rachel. So Facebook is coming in, YouTube is coming in. I'm so glad everyone's popping in. Diana is here. I know it's a little dark, guys. It's evening time, there's no sunlight. And it's just too hot with all the lights. So we're just gonna keep it down low, little chill, light some candles. Definitely going within tonight. I have some new cards I want to talk about. Um, I have a little video to show you guys something really exciting. I want to show you guys that I got from Miss Tina, and that I've been waiting to. It got delivered today, so I've been waiting till today to be able to show you guys, because I didn't want to ruin the surprise, right? So yeah, that's, we're gonna do all of that stuff very soon. I want to give her a few minutes to get home and get her package open. Um, so yes, guys. Also, I want to mention Diana, dream journal on the way. Miss L has a dream journal on the way. Also, Miss L, I did get. I know she's not here right at the moment. Hopefully she'll come back and watch, or I'll send her an email. I have her reading finished. Remember, you guys, she won the chakra reading and the free giveaways that we were doing a couple weekends back. There's Miss L. Hi, Miss L. We were just talking about you. I have finished your chakra reading. It is done editing and it is actually posted. So I will get that. I need to get your email in there so that it sends you a notification. So your chakra reading is ready. I actually have Amber's done also, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get Amber's finished editing just quite yet. I definitely have to edit Amber's in the middle of several spots of her chakra reading. I had several WTFs, so I need to cut those out of her reading before I can send her link. But that's going to be it. That's the last one of the free readings that we gave away and the giveaways. I had so much fun. Hopefully we can do that again soon. We won't be able to do it this weekend because we do have Ham Fest this weekend. For those of you that don't know, Ham Fest is our it's the local Katie's festival they have every year. And it's something that it's very enjoyable, of course, for the children. It's a carnival rides. I like it because they have all the merchants up and down the shop and all the good food. And so we definitely try to go as often as we can. And so that's going to be this weekend, guys. So I will not be here this weekend. We will finish up with the earth signs tomorrow. And then I won't see you guys again until Monday. I'm going to miss you guys so much. But yeah, so we're not going to be able to do anything this weekend. So we'll definitely have to plan something for the following weekend. All right, guys. Are you guys ready to talk about timeline jumping yet? Do we want to know what that means? Are you guys asking yourselves, do you guys already know? Like I feel like Miss L is gonna know for sure what timeline jumping is. Sandra might have a pretty good idea right now. I feel like Diana might know, Rachel might know. So yeah, I feel like most of the people in here might know what timeline jumping is. So I'm gonna give you guys a little. And Miss L says, "Yep, she knows." All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little definition of what I would see timeline jumping is. Okay. And I tried to look at all the different definitions and make this as simple and easy as possible to understand for us regular humans. Okay. All right. So, timeline jumping. And the way I'm going to explain it is by explaining first that everything is energy, right? We know this already. Everything is energy, and timeline jumping is jumping from one energy to another. There's Amber. She must have felt us talking about her too, huh? Amber, I was just telling everyone I have your reading done. I'm still working on the editing. I did get Miss L's done. So I'm gonna get it to you as soon as possible. I was telling everyone how I had to cut out all the WTFs as I was going across the chakra readings. And not because it was bad, just because her journey is just so very similar to mine that sometimes still to this day, we've known each other for a minute now, and it still astounds me how similar it is. And while I was doing her reading, it happened a lot. So yeah, I've been working on cutting those out. All right. Timeline jumping. So, does that seem a little easier to understand that everything is energy? So when you're jumping timelines, you're just jumping from one energy to another. I felt like to me that was a little bit easier to understand. I did get into like the thicker part of the definition where, of course, timeline jumping is also called quantum leap or quantum jumping. It has been like scientifically proven, studied, all those things, right? Some people kind of put it this way where they say that all our lives run parallel, right? And so for example, if we're in our life and we're in our job and we're in our home and we're in our whatever, and we decide that we don't want to do this anymore, we can definitely jump to a parallel line, a parallel life, where manifestation comes in easier. Does that mean that anybody can do this at any time? Well, anybody can do it, but not at any time. I mean, you really have to be aware of the different energies, right? You really have to know what's happening. So yeah, some people explain it to be a little scientific. Some people say it's paranormal. Some people use the woo-woo word. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter what word you put on it or whether you believe in it or not. It's true and it happens. So regardless of whether you know what's happening or not, right? You do again have to be aware. You have to be aware that you can change, that you can shift. You know what I'm saying? Your awareness to a different parallel. It's just a different opportunity. Like you're just jumping over where in this lifetime, the rate you were going, the direction you were headed, it wasn't available in this lifetime. So in this timeline. So you jump to this timeline where it is available. And again, in order to do that, you have to have that self-awareness. So when this happens, people actually say that they can feel the shift happening. I'm going to tell you an example of one of the times that I believe I timeline shift. It's really easy. The easiest one for me to pick out is going to be the blue moon, Halloween 2020, right? Junior was not in my projected path. I was not supposed to go find a soulmate. I was supposed to sit here and do this crap and get 10 cats, remember? So that's definitely where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it this way. I don't agree. I'm not conforming. I'm going to jump and do it this way instead. So that would definitely be considered a timeline jump. Here's another example. Let's say you're married. You've been married, I don't know, 30 years, and you've lived in the same home and you've been married to the same person, and you're not happy. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel loved. And you decide that, like me, right? I did this after 20 years. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm done with this. I grew up thinking that I didn't want to get married. My mom was married 9 times, guys. I was like, I am not doing that. Like, even now, today, me and Junior talk about getting married, and the idea of doing it again, it's like, I don't want to add up to her number. You know what I'm trying to say? And I'm not saying that I love my mom dearly. I miss her every day. She did the best with what she had, but I just want to learn from her, right? And so I don't want to do the same things and make the same mistakes. So marriage to me is like a little bit bigger deal than I feel like some people it is, right? So I thought, I'm going to stay married forever. I can't get divorced. It doesn't matter how bad it sucks. My kids need their dad, all those freaking things that we say to each other. When I decided to get divorced and I threw him out that day, timeline jumping, guys, timeline jumping, right? So here are some signs of timeline jumping and what that means. So there's radical change. For example, married for 20 years and now you're moving out and we're not married no more, right? Radical change. This can happen in relationships. It can happen at work with your career. It could even be an event. In fact, some people have expressed that they felt this shift when they were experiencing their spiritual awakening. And I'm going to give you an example, the Mandela effect. Have you guys ever heard of the Mandela effect? Hi, Evelyn. So the Mandela effect has been really popular on TikTok. And I'm going to explain it to you. So we've kind of all heard about this. I'm going to use an example of a logo. Okay. So many times people will have this knowing that a particular company's logo looks a certain way or uses a certain color. And then when they timeline shift, the logo is different. Let's use Kellogg's for an example. Kellogg's is wrote a certain way. The color is a certain way. We all know it's cereal, whatever. You timeline shift and now it's something completely different. The colors are different. The writing is different. And you're like, what happened? When did they update their package? And everyone around you is like, never. It's always looked this way. What are you talking about? That's the Mandela effect. That knowing that you've seen that package or that logo look different at a different time, you're 110% sure of it. It's because in another lifetime or another timeline, I got to stop saying lifetime. I'm going to make people so confused. In another timeline, in the same lifetime, that logo was the way you remember it. And that's why when you jumped timelines, it's different here and people don't remember it the way you remember it. That's called the Mandela effect. Again, really popular on TikTok, and people have been talking about it forever. Guys, we're on TikTok too. So just in case you haven't followed me over there, go check it out. I definitely make different videos for TikTok than I can for YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. All right. So let's see what else. Friends and family can feel different to you. Let's say you have a really close friendship with someone, you see them every day, you talk to them all the time. All of a sudden, you feel a little detached or like they're acting weird or like they're not the same person. You don't understand why you enjoyed spending so much time with them before. Timeline jumping. All right, let's see what else. I can't read my own handwriting, guys. Oh, fun things. Fun things are not fun anymore. Can you believe that is the word fun? I mean, have mercy. All right. Fun things are not fun anymore. So again, people say this around spiritual awakenings. When they're experiencing their spiritual awakening, they'll say they used to enjoy doing something, and now they don't enjoy doing it as much anymore or at all anymore. A lot of times that has to deal with purification, toxicity you're removing. So, for example, I used to enjoy drinking. I really thought I had a fun time. In fact, when I stopped drinking or when I started to control my drinking, I definitely felt like like maybe it wasn't as much fun as I thought it was, right? It's like the more sober I was, the more time I was sober, because there definitely was a time where I was more not sober than sober, right? So as the more sober days came, it was like, was that really fun? I mean, do I even remember any of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually started to like grieve, and then I realized that I was grieving something that wasn't even actually like real, right? So that's timeline jumping. And that's definitely something that people experience right when they're having their spiritual awakening. Also, the unknown pool. So it's like sometimes you can just be going through life, and then all of a sudden you have this weird pool that you're supposed to do something that's odd to you, like not normal to you, radically different than anything you would do. I'm going to use myself as an example again. When I stopped working at Lowe's, okay, so when I got divorced, I worked at the marina. I was married, so it was two checks, right? Two paychecks. I made decent money, but in order to be divorced and living on my own, it was not decent money, right? There was no benefits. There was no nothing. In fact, it was seasonal work. So 5 months out of the year, I was on unemployment. So that was not going to be the job that I could maintain, right? I ended up working a year at a gas station that was really close to my house after the separation and as I was going through the divorce, because I didn't have a vehicle, and my soul tribe was literally having to take me back and forth to work for almost like 9 months. But as I did this, I healed and I picked myself back up. Definitely the phoenix rising, definitely coming, rising from the ashes. It took me about a year to get to where I was comfortable in public in front of people, and I wasn't like break down crying every 5 seconds, right? And when this happened, I went out and I started looking for an adult job. I called it my adult job, and I ended up getting a job at Lowe's in the garden center, which I totally loved. I got paid to water plants. I mean, you just really can't beat that. Um, and it really, of course, also helped me with my healing. Plants are very healing and helpful. If you're going through dark night of the soul or spiritual awakening, surround yourself with live plants. You wouldn't believe how much life they give you. And but so I was working there and I kept hearing the pool to do this, to start my Etsy shop, to look for to talk to other twins that spirit brought to me, to give them readings, to give them understanding, to remind you who you are, right? That's my purpose. And I kept feeling this pull. I quit that job, guys. I quit that job with benefits and overtime pay and holidays off and all that good stuff that everybody goes and looks for. I quit that job to start my own business where income, of course, for people say the first 5 years can be very inconsistent. Timeline jumping again, right? So that's what timeline jumping means. Those are the signs. Many of you have experienced that. And as you've been getting readings from me in the Etsy shop, I really didn't put the two together until I was watching my own teacher. I have my own teacher that I watch, guys. I have my own readers that I watch. I have my own astrologists that I listen to and study from. I read their books. I subscribe to their channel. I watch their classes. I do all those things because I'm always feeling this pull to learn this information so that I can share it with you guys. So that tells me that if you're drawn to me, if you come in here, if you listen to my readings, then most likely you're on this very same spiritual journey that I'm on, and you're experiencing timeline jumping too. So if you guys feel like things can be very challenging when this is happening, because it's definitely like a fast forward. It's bringing your manifestation in quicker. You went from a timeline where what you wanted wasn't feasible in this lifeline, in this timeline. So you had to jump over. And so now everything is coming at you quicker. The line you've jumped to makes what you want more feasible. You're aligning with what you need, right? You're raising that energetic vibration. You have to raise it in order to be able to jump the timeline. So I'm just saying these are all things that are happening to each of you. And if you're experiencing those and you're telling yourself, man, I'm so tired. How did my life turn out this way? 6 months ago, 3 months ago, a month ago, I was sitting in my home. I had my same old job. I had my same old dog. Everything was the same. And I can deal with the same, right? Everyone can deal with the same. It doesn't matter if the same sucks or if you don't feel fulfilled. You like it because you feel like you control it, because you're comfortable with it. So in this journey, when you experience spiritual awakening, you definitely start to experience higher elevation, higher frequencies of energy. You start to raise your vibrational energy, and that could definitely align you with manifestation a lot faster. For those of you that feel like you've been on this journey and you've been trying to manifest, but things just weren't coming in, there was definitely some sort of blockage. And what's happened now is you've realized what that blockage was, most likely stagnant energy that you needed to release. And after you release that stagnant energy, that raised your energetic vibrations, which aligned you to this next timeline, and you were able to jump over. And now those things that you're trying to manifest are coming in a lot faster, aren't they? And now you're like, whoa, what's going on? All this stuff takes work. Yes, it does. Congratulations. All right, guys, that's it. That is timeline jumping. I hope I made that as simple as possible. for you guys to understand. I know it can seem really complicated when we hear all these astrologers and scientists use all these big words. But yes, just broken down to as simple as I could possibly make it. What I'm going to do now, guys, is we're going to do a subscriber energy reading. I'm going to use these new cards. We used them for the water signs today. Those are posted, guys. So if you miss those, you can find them on my YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitch. We did use these for the spreads. Came out beautiful, especially Scorpio. Just beautiful healing readings. So we're going to use them for the subscriber energy. Normally I do, well, actually, when we first started, we did subscriber energy for everyone, but we did get monetized on Facebook, and we now have subscribers on Facebook. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, you are missing out. Go over there and check that out. There are some members only perks, including 10% off all readings in my Etsy shop, as long as you're subscribed to my Facebook page. But we started doing subscriber energies just for Facebook. And we've been doing that way for about a month now. And I thought that this one was going to be the same way. I actually picked up on this energy yesterday during the earth signs, and was going to do them yesterday. And then right when I was getting ready to do them, Diana's cards came in, and I definitely was feeling that, I needed to wait. So we're going to use these, and the way that we do subscriber energy, we're going to go, because we're everywhere, guys. We're on Facebook right now. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're just everywhere. So this is going to be a larger subscriber collective energy. Okay. And what I do with these, I look at your energy, and then I look at your person's energy. Love. That's what I do here. I don't know if you can tell by all my stuff. So we all have some sort of, whether it's an emotional attachment to a spiritual connection, whether it's a 3D partner, whether it's someone that we love who's passed away. That's why I love these cards, guys, angels and ancestors. I cannot tell you the feeling that I got this morning when I was reading these. I felt so protected, so cherished, just cradled. I kept telling Diana, I just felt cradled. Beautiful, beautiful cards, guys. So we are going to use these for the current energy, the bridging energy. We're also going to use them for head, heart, and higher self space of you and your person. I want you to start thinking of who it is, who's your person. And then I'm going to clarify with some Rider Waite. And I am just going to use some regular Rider Waite. I know the ones that you guys are most familiar with here. I do like to use different tarots, but I got 2 Rider Waite decks just for the situation. And the reason I want to do the subscriber energy with you and your person is because I do feel that your person is also timeline jumping with you. I know, right? But most of you that are drawn to me because you're also on the twin journey. That means you have a divine counterpart. And I know, guys, we can go into like a whole show about what twins are, but I feel like for the most part, the ones that come in here are drawn to me. Pick it up pretty easily if they've never heard of it. And if they have heard about it, I'm definitely confirmation, right? So I do feel that both divine masculine and divine feminine energies are both timeline jumping together. I do feel that divine feminine has assisted divine masculine in the situation. So we are going to look at both of those energies. If by chance you happen to be watching this live, or if you watch this replay later, one, thank you for watching my video later. And you feel like you're not on a twin journey. It happens sometimes. Every once in a while, we get someone that pops in here. And I feel like it's just spirit trying to test me to see if I'm going to tell them, oh, yeah, you are a twin. No, I don't. I just tell you, you're not. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. Not everyone is a twin. I don't even know why everyone would want to be a twin. But anyway, again, that's a whole other show. But I do feel, again, that divine feminine did assist divine masculine in doing this. And I do feel like it's very important that we look at both energies so that you could see that they're mirroring each other. So that's why I'm using the same Rider Waite so that we could see if any cards duplicate. And then, of course, I also want to pull some divine messages from both counterparts. And then, of course, we will close it with some guidance. All right, guys, let's get started. Pixie Angel on Twitch. Thank you so much. You're helping my what's it called? Average viewer on Twitch. Beautiful. Evelyn Belcher is a Cancer, Gemini. June 28th. Ooh, June 28th is a very specific date for me. Pretty interesting. That is the day that I got married to my karmic. And I just want you to know, Evelyn, that's how I can tell who spirit has drawn to me, because birthdays will coincide with my own journey. Names, birthdays, places of birth. You know what I mean? How interesting. All right, let's get started. Again, new Oracle deck that Sandra gifted me. Thank you so much, Diana. I love you both, ladies. But yes, Diana gifted these to me, and I have not been able to put them down since I opened them. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with divine masculine energy, and then I'm going to go to divine feminine energy. By the time it's said and done, there's going to be so many cards on this table. But the energy should be very powerful. We haven't done one of these in a minute. It definitely opens up when we don't put the twin flame label on there. A lot of times people know what twin flames are and they run from it. Those are going to be the runners in that collective, in that counterpart energy. So a lot of times when we don't do that and we just see subscriber energy, it kind of opens it up and they're a little bit more open to receive the information. Of course, they get in here and then they just hear me say twin 5 times and they're like, yeah, no. I can't lie, guys. It's a painful, painful journey for sure. But it's definitely brought me immense blessings. All right, so we're looking at the masculine energy first, the masculine's current energy. And remember, guys, everyone has divine masculine and divine feminine. Masculine energy is your protect and provide energy. Feminine energy is your nurture and caretaker energy. We all have both of those energies. When you are in a twin journey, it does seem from all of my years of research that you swap those energies back and forth. So if I'm working on my feminine energy, my counterpart is working on their masculine energy. It does not matter whether someone is male or female, guys. This is 2022. People love everything and everyone, okay? So it doesn't matter whether you're a woman, they're a man, it doesn't matter. Everyone has those energies, all right? So masculine energy, the first thing to come out is the arrow. It says, surround yourself with protective energy. I actually got this card, one of the first cards I turned over when I first opened the package. So that's pretty interesting to me. When I first seen the card, I actually did a little protection ritual just in case the message was for me. And one of the ones is the easiest ones to do, guys, is to picture yourself, surround yourself with white light, a sphere of white light, a bubble of white light, however you want to say it or do it. And that light is your boundary, right? And it protects you in your space. One of the easiest ones, but I do feel like the masculine energy could be under attack here, especially if they're trying to jump timelines in a very quick fashion. Again, I do feel that the divine feminine energy has helped divine masculine jump. So I feel like divine feminine energy was way more ready for this jump than the masculine energy. So if they're jumping now, this could look very crazy to the people that they're around, right? They're like, what's happening? Why are you thinking differently? Why are you acting differently? Why are your goals different? Why are you, quitting your job and doing this? You see what I'm saying? So they could definitely be under some sort of attack. And for some of these divine masculines, the karmic energies that they're attached to, guys, I'm not talking bad about anyone. Everyone has purpose. Everyone. We have soulmates, we have twin flames, and we have karmics, and everyone has purpose. But it collectively in our tribe, it does seem that the counterparts karmic does tend to be darker energy. That's about the nicest I can say it. So I do feel like there could be some sort of maybe even spiritual attacks, or even for some of these masculines, this could be like physical attacks. So send your counterpart, if you're a divine feminine, send your counterpart unconditional love. And you can also imagine the protective bubble around your counterpart as well. All right, let's look at the feminine energy. So we have the wolf. Look at that, Sandra and Diana. We're just talking about the wolf, right? So we have winter, and it says take care of your needs. So I do feel like that's kind of what divine feminine is doing. In fact, most likely that's why the feminine energy has chosen to timeline jump. Most likely it's because wherever they were, their needs were not being met, right? All right, so now it's like you're very focused on those needs, divine feminine. Let's look at the bridging energy. Remember, the bridging energy it represented to me in tarot with the high priestess. Remember the high priestess? She sits at the veil, right? She has the key. She can come to this side. She can go to that side. She can scoot the veil over and get the messages. You know what I'm saying? So to me, the bridging energy is the high priestess. The high priestess represents secrets, mysteries, the lessons you haven't learned yet, right? So in the twin journey, or in your divine masculine, divine feminine bridging energy, it's going to be the lesson that you're both currently working on at the moment. And remember, guys, it doesn't matter if you're in separation or not. You can still work on the lesson, different people, different places. It's just the same lesson. So we have Stargazer coming out. It says, set your sights high. So I do feel like both of you have decided to timeline jump. I do feel like both of you have decided that the timeline you were on was too restrictive, and you couldn't bring the manifestations in quick enough. So now that you've both realized your powers, that's another thing, guys. Collectively, divine masculine has matched up with divine feminine. You know how divine feminine energy, we always talked about how they elevated quicker. You know how we kept saying that? And we kept saying that divine masculine was slower. Remember how we kept saying that? And I kept saying that we really needed to have compassion for divine masculine, because divine masculine was really going through it. I'm not saying divine feminine didn't, but I feel like divine masculine may have had more 3D responsibilities to deal with than divine feminine did at the time of the awakening. Okay. And so I do feel like, and I'm not knocking divine feminine's difficulty in this journey in any shape, way, or form, but I do feel like their pain was more dragged out. I do feel like their pain was deeper. Divine feminine was able to start healing quicker, which did help divine masculine, of course, but it didn't feel like they were catching up, like they were still being pulled down. And what's happened is they've had to have all their lessons back to back. Their karmas had to be balanced like that. And that is painful, guys. If you've never experienced that, I mean, I cannot express the compassion that I've had for divine masculine energies. Again, I'm not saying divine feminine wasn't as painful, but I do feel like divine masculine had to play catch up really, really fast. And the reason I say that is most likely, for those of you in contact with your counterpart, most likely you will see that they've lost jobs. they've lost homes, they've lost partners, they've lost all kinds of things, right? Because the universe is literally stripping away everything that's no longer serving them. And it was like they had this massive push. Like me myself, I felt like a hand on my back, just constantly pushing. I'm dragging my feet into the ground, my heels. I'm scared because I didn't want to go. And I just felt this massive push. And you couldn't turn around and fight it because you knew it was spirit. You know what I mean? So yes, I definitely have a lot of compassion for divine masculine energy. But I do feel like both have finally realized here in our collective energy, if your counterpart is in the 3D, they know. They know what's happening. They know it's spiritual, whether you've talked to them or not, doesn't matter. They may not know the word twin flame, guys. I know it seems really common to some people. Most of the time, it's going to be divine feminine because they're the ones that tend to go heal first. So it's common to them because they come across it first, right? Some of these masculines do not know what that energy is. Like they don't understand the whole separation of masculine and feminine. You see what I'm saying? They don't understand how they swap back and forth, why their feelings are here and then there. You know what I'm trying to say? But they don't, it's like now they just have an understanding that it's spiritual, it's beyond their control. And really, that's when we jump into free will and all of that stuff. And I know that that can definitely step on some toes, and that's not the conversation I'm trying to get into today. But I do feel like both counterparts know what's going on. And now that they know what's going on, they could even feel more protected. You could even be feeling more secure. So in other words, if you've timeline jumped, at first, whenever the change happened, you could have been like, whoa, what's happening? I'm scared. And as the days are going by, you're like, hey, I can totally do this. And not only can I do this, but it's going to be super cool when I'm done, right? All right. Let's look a little bit. Let's go back to the masculine energy and let's do a head, heart, and higher self space. Rashima. All right, let's see. Head, heart, and higher self. So in the head space, we have the sage. Be devoted and committed. With the sage, you look old and wise, right? Writing things down, has all the information. Again, masculine energy has been learning. In their mind, in the head space, what they're thinking about, they're gaining all the wisdom. They're pulling all that wisdom in. Some of them have books and they're literally reading books and trying to figure out what's happening. Some of them, it's just a knowing. It's just an understanding, right? Let's look at the heart space. So we have trader, exchange energy to create abundance. I love that that is coming out in the heart space. I will say that again, collectively, and this is not just necessarily for our tribe. This is twin flames in general. And I've heard it from my own readers, the people that I study twin flames from. And I do feel like masculine energy has very recently, within the last couple of days, opened the heart chakra up to telepathy. And what does that mean? Because some of you are like, well, I've already been experiencing telepathy with my counterpart. I understand. But you were experiencing telepathy with your counterpart's higher self. Now you're going to experience telepathy with your counterpart. So it's super interesting because a lot of times when this happens, and this actually happened in my own journey, it's like this understanding or knowing, and then all of a sudden it's gone. And it's like you had this understanding, you were comfortable, and it's like now you're like, what's happening? It's that type of feeling, right? So I love that the energy exchange is what's being pulled here. For this card is being pulled for this situation, because that's what happened. As soon as that door opened and the energy was coming back and forth and the communication was coming back and forth and the detachment feeling started to go away and you started to feel more attached to your counterpart, that's when you became more powerful. That's when your counterpart became more powerful, right? All right, let's look at the higher self. This is going to be what the higher self is teaching the masculine right now. So we have the knight, right? Be brave and honest. Spirit is so good to me, guys. I love these cards, Diana. Love them. But okay, so there's definitely what their higher self is teaching them, right? They're having to be courageous. I love the rose. Oh my God, these cards are just beautiful. But definitely having to be brave. It's for some of these masculines, I do feel like there's this energy of paranormal, scary, witchy. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's kind of that time of year, so it's pretty interesting. I'm catching up on comments. I see you guys over there. Hi, Miss Tina. I'm so glad Miss Tina's here. We can show the video. As soon as we're done with the reading, I'm going to show you guys this video I have. Super cool. I want to share some information about what it is and where I got it from. All right, so let's look at the headspace for masculine energy. Sage, definitely writing something down. Some of you could be receiving a letter soon, I just heard. All right, so Ace of Pentacles is here. Ace of Pentacles is about starting anew, right? Getting a new beginning, getting a new start. Death is here, strong Scorpio energy here, but also a transformation. It's like this person understands that something is completely different than it was before. I love that the Five of Wands is here because I just recently learned the Five of Wands also means determined. I even have a note. Can you guys see it? See it down there on the bottom? Five of Wands. You probably can't see it because it's in pink ink, but definitely determined. So I do feel like the masculine energy has just really had enough of the pain is what's happened. And it's like now they're ready to push forward. All right, for the energy exchange happening in the heart space, I do feel like that's going to be telepathy. The Ten of Swords is coming out and telling me that that closed up energy or the detached feeling that you were feeling from your counterpart, if I'm talking to divine masculine, I'm sorry, if I'm talking to divine feminine, that detached feeling you were feeling should be done. You should start to feel more connected. That means they're finished with that energy also. The Hierophant's about spirituality. It's also about conforming. I do feel like that's very much. Again, we're moving into some willpower here, and I do sense some divine masculines could get upset here. Please don't shoot the messenger, guys. I'm really just here trying to help. But I definitely feel here like the a little bit of the masculine kind of understanding that the purpose is bigger than them, right? And then we also have the Six of Pentacles here, and the Six of Pentacles does tell me that in the heart space there is assistance. This is helping. It's also possible that what divine feminine is doing is also helping. Let's look at the Knight card. Be brave and honest coming out. Many divine masculines having to open up about their previous what's a nice word here? They're just having to be more honest about things. They're having to be more open about things that before they were wanting to hide. They didn't want people to know about them. They were scared that people would think differently about them if they knew these things, right? So there's definitely some higher self trying to get divine masculine to speak their truth. We have the Fool card coming out, definitely taking a leap of faith. This is about surrendering here. We have the Ten of Cups. This is about emotional contentment. In other words, the higher self is teaching divine masculine. My ears just started ringing. And we're at 11 people. I wonder if someone came in. I love when that happens. It used to scare me, not anymore. Okay, but anyway, back to the higher self. I do feel like spirit, the higher self is teaching divine masculine that if they do surrender, or if they are willing to take this leap of faith, that is how they're going to find this emotional contentment. And I just want to say, I mean, wow, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Six of Cups comes out. Six of Cups is definitely reunion. And I do sense that strongly because divine masculine has awakened. They've been awakening. But because there's finally an understanding on both counterparts, what's happening, it's like union is coming in. Because remember, guys, you're always in union. I know that you hear so much misinformation that you're separated, and all these different things that you have to do. And it's so not true, guys. You're one soul. You come into this lifetime, each lifetime together and together and together. It's just the way it is. Okay. I understand there's age gaps. I understand all the things. I'm a twin. I've been there. I've done it. I've learned. I've studied. I promise. I get it, right? But I do feel like the understanding is what gives you union. That's a real union. When you both understand, when divine feminine understands, that's great, hunky dory. But if divine masculine doesn't understand, then the energies are not working together. Divine masculine is still running or chasing, divine feminine is still running or chasing. You see what I'm saying? When the energies come together and the running and chasing stops, and both counterparts understand what's happening and what the actual purpose is, that is union. And that's when all the manifestation comes in. That's when all of a sudden, if you're out here, most of you guys are out here, divine feminine energies are out here. We're getting more and more divine masculines every day, but divine feminine energy is out here strongly. Most of you guys are also spiritual healers. Most of you guys are out here doing your thing, following your purpose. You have your own YouTube channels. I see you guys subscribing and you have your own followers and your own subscribers. You see what I'm saying? So you're definitely doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's like divine masculine is going to start doing what they're supposed to be doing. And together it's going to be bigger and better, right? All right, let's move to divine feminine. Previous transgressions. Thank you, Diana. Perfect. Totally perfect. All right, let's look at divine feminine, head, heart, and higher self space. What is divine feminine currently thinking about? I love it. Beautiful card came out for me this morning in my morning reading. I took a picture of it, posted it on Facebook. I loved it so much. Oracle, it says, wait for important information. Look how at peace she is. And you see that snake around her arm? I almost bought a bracelet, Sandra, yesterday, that or the day before, whenever I don't even remember when it was I was out. But me and Junior, we were at Walmart and I seen this bracelet, one of those snap bracelets, and it had a snake, and I almost bought it, but I didn't want to like freak people out, so I didn't get it. See me still working on my stuff. But look at this snake, so interesting because we keep talking about shedding skin and transformation, right? And so, but look how she has that bowl. Do you see? And her eyes are closed. Do you see that? She is one. She is zen. She knows she's exactly where she's supposed to be, and she is just waiting for spirit to tell her what to do next. I love it. All right, let's look at the heart space. We have the elder coming out, move beyond ancestral patterns. Definitely massive shift here in the heart space for divine feminine, right? Divine feminine went from heartbreak to dark night of the soul to spiritual awakening to healing themselves, self-love, self-care. And now we're at the point where not only are we healing ourselves, but we're stopping this generational curse and we're not passing this on to our children. So I'm just saying, congratulations, divine feminine. All right, let's pull out higher self space for divine feminine, the spirit fox. I love it. I love all of them, clearly. Trust your talents in changing times. Thank you, spirit. Do you guys see that? Trust your talents and changing times. So yes, divine feminine, you are experiencing massive change. Again, I'm not knocking your change. I just want you to know that you knew your change was coming for a very long time, right? Divine masculine, it's definitely coming a lot quicker with a lot less notification. So yes, keep sending your divine masculine unconditional love. But I definitely feel that spirit wants you to know that you are protected. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Be patient. Whatever it is you're supposed to be doing is going to come in. You're going to be guided. You're going to see the light. All right, let's pull a little tarot. Look at Rashima says, yes, I'm going to get a YouTube channel. I love it. Now's the time to start, guys. YouTube is starting to bend a little on all their crazy rules and things. I feel like everyone's starting to bend a little. It's definitely the time to get out there and do your thing. And it's the easiest way to follow your purpose and help as many people as possible at one time. Absolutely. And I just want you guys to know that you're helping me. Like, the more I help you, the more you help me. And that's literally how it works. Energy exchange, guys. Energy exchange. All right, let's look at the oracle card. You very much in your zen place, having comfort, understanding that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. We have the lovers coming out. I love it. You've made the decision to join the journey. So a lot of times feminines tend to have a little bit of a negative kind of, definition of the twin journey, right? It's super painful. I just want you guys to know it's because we haven't heard a lot from the collective masculine. And that's fixing to start happening as this collective comes into union. You're going to start hearing more from the masculine side, and you're going to start to hear more of the same stories and the same type of situations that divine feminine went through. But I do feel like for the most part, divine feminine did not want to be in this journey. In fact, they tried to shun it as much as possible. It was mostly divine feminine that did most of the blocking and most of the running. That's not necessarily true. There was definitely a large group of masculines that did running also. I definitely feel like it went a little back and forth. I feel like divine feminine thinks that they were always in the game, always ready to do what was needed. But that's not really necessarily true. And I think if you think back, divine feminine, to those times that you were cussing and hating and using ugly words, then you will remember that there was a time that you did not choose this journey as well. I do feel like now that you understand what union is and what your purpose is and what you're supposed to be doing with all this information, all this experience that you've had, I feel like now that you see this, and now also too that you see the blessings that Spirit's giving you, the ability to timeline jump, and it's like now you're choosing the journey. It's like now you're ready, right? Determined. There's that 5 of Wands again. Remember? And that's so interesting because look at that. It's the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is about healthy boundaries. But I swear when I seen that card, it was the 5 of Wands, and I thought we just had a duplicate. Did you see that? But divine feminine, definitely very determined. Ooh, and look at what you're determined to do. I love it. Queen of Pentacles. Here's another thing I should tell you. When people are like, well, what are your blessings, Rosa? If you're on this twin journey and you can't be with this person and you went through this whole ordeal, what are your blessings? Let me tell you what my blessings are. My blessings are I'm not in a karmic marriage anymore. I'm not in a marriage that lacks love and trust and honesty and faithfulness. I'm completely done with that situation. That person does not bother me in the least. I just want to say there was a time that he was this huge monster to me, and he is no longer that person. I am now with someone who's honest with me, who loves me, who cares for me, who sees all my flaws and is still here the next day. I mean, what more could you ask for? He knows I'm on this journey. I don't have to lie. I'm on here live talking to you people all the time. I'm constantly working my plan and working my purpose. He gives me the space to do so. I mean, I just cannot express to you the amount of love that has come into my life. Also, my business. I quit my job. I quit my job and started a business, and most people said was crazy and that I wouldn't make any money and that I would struggle. I'm not going to say it's not a struggle, guys. If it wasn't for Junior loving me and going to work every day, this would be much harder. But I've definitely been what I would feel is successful. I feel like my business has grown this year from last year, and to me, that's a success. And as long as I continue to grow, I'm going to continue to be successful. I am now my own resource. As before, I was married and I counted on someone else to feed me. I counted on someone else to pay my electric and keep me warm. I counted on someone else to do everything because it didn't matter how much money I made. He always made more money than me. You see what I'm trying to say? That's not the case anymore. That's not how I feel anymore. By the way, Junior doesn't make me feel that way either. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely about becoming your own resource. And when you start following your purpose, when you start helping others, your assistance is of worth. What you're giving to people is of worth. When I go and study and make sure that I'm giving you all the proper information, this is of worth, right? So when I charge for my readings, it is of worth. There is value. And that's how you're going to become your own resource. That's literally how you use the twin energy to manifest the things that you want in your life. All right, let's look at the heart space. So, in the heart space, a different understanding here. There's been a major shift. And I think what the shift is you realized in the heart space that it wasn't about 3D union. Whether they come or go doesn't matter. It's about what you do on your journey, what you do with your purpose, what you do with your mission, what you do with the spiritual abilities that Spirit has gifted you. That's what matters. And that's what's changed here in the heart space. There's the death card. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. The very first repeated card is going to be the death card. And if you remember, it's up here for divine masculine. So definitely some massive transformation. For divine masculine, it's in the headspace, how they see the journey, how they understand the journey. For the divine feminine, it's in the heart space, how they understand union, right? We have the star coming out and the ace of cups. Thank you, Spirit. So the star, definitely purification, a clean slate. You've wiped away the old idea that you had to either be with this person, wait 20 years for this person, buy 10 cats, do whatever. You finally got rid of that notion. You're like, if Rosa can go off and be happy, guess what? I can too, right? And that's what you're doing with that ace of cups, a brand new start. I always get like a new romantic beginning here, new love. So for the divine feminine higher self, we have trust your talents and changing times. So in other words, everything you've learned in this twin journey up until now, you're going to use as you've used this timeline jump, right? You're going to move the timeline. You're going to go over to where it is that you can manifest the things the quickest, and you're going to do them. You're going to manifest them literally, right? All right. So we also have the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles coming out. The Seven of Pentacles talks about being patient, looking at what you've made so far, what you've done so far. Eight of Cups talks about getting on with it. You're going towards your Two of Cups, right? You're going towards the thing that you actually want. You're pulling yourself in out of the cold. You're definitely doing all the work that Spirit's asked you to do. And in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that if you went through and done your healing work, if you're using these tools, if you're implementing the lessons you've learned, then that's going to shift your awareness and that's going to help you timeline jump. That's what's happened, guys. On the bottom, so we had two cards repeat, only two cards. I want you guys to see which two cards. The Death card, Scorpio, and the Six of Cups, reunion, your past. Beautiful, beautiful reading. All right, guys, now we're going to do some messages from your person. The way I do these is I do 3 from Divine Feminine and 3 from Divine Masculine. These cards are cards that I used in my own journey. And then these are also cards that I've used, that I've added from your guys' journey, from things you've told me, from your readings in the Etsy shop. Guys, I'm caught up in the Etsy shop and there's 20% off. So if you're looking for your own personal current energy reading, make sure to check out the Etsy shop, and link is going to be in the description box. All right, first one to flip out, Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. So we have, you don't know this, but you help me keep going each day. I love that. This is what we came for. So yes, definitely a massive awakening and understanding. I'm trying to move forward. So there's the energies coming together. Let's do 3 from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. You helped me start my spiritual awakening. Absolutely. Sometimes it's hard for me not to be angry about this. I understand. And what happens now, right? That's like that Zen. You're waiting for Spirit to tell you what is coming next. All right, now I'm going to close it out with some Power of Love guidance cards. And this is going to be for all parties involved. I do sense some third party here. I do sense some karmic energy here. Stay in the light, guys. Protect yourself with that white bubble, the white sphere, the white light, always. So we have tolerance coming out. You appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. In other words, everyone involved in this is important of in some shape, way, or form. Send unconditional love to all parties involved. Evolution. You realize that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. And last one, cause and effect. I love it. That's some timeline jumping if I never seen it before. It says you're aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. All right, guys, that's going to be your subscriber energy reading. I hope that was helpful, guys. I hope that explains a little bit of what is going on. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And of course, I would like to pull some of these ancestors, angels, and ancestor cards for you guys. So if you guys are interested in a card pull, please let me know in the comments. I'm getting really excited about these readings. They used to be so emotional that I really got to where I didn't want to do them anymore. And I was trying to, I'm sure you guys noticed, like I normally did them every month. And then it was getting to where it was like 6 weeks before I would do one. And it was just because it was so emotional and so powerful. But I definitely sense this. Rising, ascending, right? And it's so beautiful just to see it happening in such a collective energy. Oh, thank you guys. All right, so who's going first? Who wants to see what the angels and ancestors have to say? And Sandra and Diana, I know you ladies already got one earlier when we did the water sign readings. But I want to suggest that you get another one because we just done the subscriber energy reading, and so now the energy is going to shift. So let me know, ladies, if you're interested. Oh, Evelyn is so sweet. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm just catching up on the comments, guys. I'm so glad. Sandra says, yes, absolutely. All right. Let me get them shuffled back in here. Let me shuffle that energy a little bit. It was pretty strong, guys. Pretty strong. Evelyn would like one. I'm thinking you did for me. Oh no, Evelyn, no worries. I cannot express to you. I'm just so amazed with these cards. I know it's probably just because they're new and all cards are good, but I've definitely got this much bigger feeling from this Oracle deck since I opened them and started using them. So I would definitely love to pull everyone a card. Just let me know in the comments. All right, Sandra, here we go. Sandra got the Elder card. Sandra, did you get the Elder card earlier? It keeps coming out. It says move beyond ancestral patterns. So definitely doing some generational, I call them generational curses, right? Because it's like something that is like plagued the family for generations and generations, right? And then it's like you come along and you could be maybe a little more spiritual than others in your family. Maybe your way of thinking is a little bit different. And then all of a sudden, you're the person that has like the spiritual awakening. Your children see you, your grandchildren see you, however it is, right? You don't probably have grandchildren yet. She's like, what are you doing to me? But you know what I'm saying? Like, all of this happens and it changes the projection that your family lineage was going, right? It changes, it ends the curse of whatever it is, right? For some people, it's like, let's just use, I'm not saying this is you, Sandra, I'm just using this as an example. But let's say domestic abuse, for example. Maybe like that could be something that someone's family, you know, their mother dealt with it, their grandmother, you see what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be man or woman. I mean, it goes both ways, guys. But you know what I'm saying? And then you come along and you're like, you know what? I'm stopping this. I'm not doing this anymore. My children are not going to deal with this. Their children are not going to deal with this. And you heal so that they can see you healing. And then, of course, the projection of your family lineage changes, right? That's kind of what I'm getting there with that elder card. Oh, Rachel. Rachel says she would love one too. Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that was helpful, Sandra. Sandra says, do have grandchildren. Look at my bad. My bad. Me too, girl. Me too. They start so early. I wasn't even 40. I was 38 years old. My oldest son had his first child. I was like, oh my goodness. All right, Evelyn, here we go. Are you ready? I love Evelyn's energy. Super, super high energy there. It seems familiar to me, oddly. Look at all of them coming out. All right, so we have two came out, Evelyn. The White Witch, my personal favorite. It says be the light. And look how she's sending us all love and light in her comments. Do you guys see that? So Evelyn has a little white witch in her, clearly. Clearly in the right place. So I just want to say, Evelyn, welcome to the tribe. But Peacekeeper also comes out and it says, let go of the need to be right. And I just want you to know, Evelyn, if anything I said today pulled at your heartstrings and you feel like this is your collective tribe, then we definitely are working on the need to be right all the time, right? That's definitely my thing too. So I can see that. All right, Evelyn, I hope that was helpful. Let's see, Rachel. Diana, did I miss it? The comments are scrolling by now, so I can't see. And let me know, Diana, if you wanted another one. Rachel, I see yours. I see yours. Let me see, Rachel. Here we go. Look, I still have Sandra's up there. Sorry, guys. All right, Rachel, here we go. All right, Rachel, you got the she-wolf. Unleash the wild within. Look at this, Rachel. All right, so Rachel, this is actually the first time I have pulled this card. So I'm going to pull the book out. Let's look at the she-wolf. All right, it says, let your wild side up and out, unleash your talents and your desires. So the card is about the she-wolf, a powerful shamanic soul who is half wolf and half woman. She is the alpha female who is not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. She encourages you not to be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of the pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or understand. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown and encourages you to be free and unchained and go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. Wow, that is so beautiful, Rachel. And definitely going after something. I sense I got a little bit of an animal instinct in here, Rachel. And I also got a little bit of like where it says hunt down. There's another card in here called the Hunter. And it talks about like hunting down your dreams, desires, what it is you want. And I'm kind of getting like this is the female version of that. It's like saying if you want something, go fight for it, go get it. All right. I hope that was helpful. Miss L, let me know Let me know, Miss L, if you want one. Yes, Miss L, let me know. All right, Diana, you ready? Here we go. So you got the high priestess, my favorite. There's actually a priestess and it's like the opposite and they match up. It's so cool. Anyway, so it talks about harnessing mystic powers. And that's really interesting, Diana, because wasn't it you that we got the reading and we were talking about how you have these spiritual abilities and you need to use them. So I feel like you just got another confirmation right there. I hope that was helpful, Diana. Rachel says that it's definitely the energy she wants to step into. I'm so glad that was helpful. I definitely feel like that's where you're headed for sure. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for coming in here and hanging out with me as we did the subscriber energy. Diana is getting better at doing my things. You got to get more spiritual. I want to see some magic. That reading I gave you earlier, Diana, says you're magical. You can manifest quickly. So your timeline jumping too. So yeah, I want to see some quick manifestations. All right, guys. Don't forget, we're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to do the air signs. So, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Guys, the schedule has changed. So, I'm going to show you guys the new schedule really quickly. If I can get on the right page. There we go. New schedule. So fire signs every Monday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. We're doing the earth signs every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Water signs we did today, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And that is going to be every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow. So air signs every Thursday, 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I hope to see you guys there. I will be offering free readings at the end of that one as well. Diana says, it's my time. Miss Al, I'm still here. Let me know if you want a card. I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting for you to go, yes, yes, I do. Evelyn says, thank you again. Much great joy, protection, love, and light to you and your families. Thank you, Evelyn. Beautiful energy. Yes, absolutely, guys. Fire signs, earth signs, and water signs are already posted. You can find those on my Facebook page, YouTube, and Twitch. Are you ready, Miss L? Yes? I need to see a yes, Miss L. Yes or no? Hey, while we're waiting for Miss Al, you want one? I love these cards. All right, honey, you got the Spirit Fox. Spirit Fox, that was the Divine Masculine Higher Self card. You guys remember? No, it wasn't. It was Divine Feminine Higher Self card. Trust your talents in changing times. So, in other words, honey, everything you've learned up until this point, implement those lessons as you're going through the changes. And the honey's definitely going through the changes, right? Went from a construction worker, laborer worker, killing himself at Walmart, and shipping to working in the cannabis industry here in Illinois. So definitely a big change for the honey. Yes, for Miss Al. Thank you so much, guys. I've been waiting. I was trying to be patient. Look, Sandra does it in big letters. She's like, look, here you go. See this one. All right, Miss L, are you ready? I'm going to want to read yours out of the book. I already know. So let me get the shuffle going here. All right, Miss L, you have medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. All right, we're definitely going to look that up. This is my first time pulling that one out. My right ear just started ringing, Miss L. My right ear. All right, medicine guard. Oop, there goes the left ear. So what's that mean? Okay. Medicine guardian. Be open to healing information. It says, the message is listen to what is coming up within you and what is being shared with you by trustworthy others in your life. Pay attention to healing information. The card, what it's about, it says healing angels can help you help blah blah blah. Healing angels can help you heal emotionally, spiritually, and physically with their energy, but they can also direct you towards information that will help you return to wholeness. When this card appears, information is being revealed that can help heal an aspect of your current situation, whether that be your health, relationships, or even career. So be alert for this. The medicine guardian has a I can't say that word. It says healing wand. So he has a healing wand, which represents the capacity to heal with the power of will and desire, and a chalice, which represents returning to a state of wholeness, a state where your cup is no longer full, but overflowing with goodness. The emerald color of the card represents the healing rays of Archangel Raphael and his healing angels. All right, Miss L, I hope that was helpful. Oh, I love it. Yes, you are. We were just kind of talking about some of that, right? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you guys so very much. Don't forget the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius tomorrow at 2 p.m. If you've missed the fire, earth, and water, those are posted. So make sure to go check those out. I did put the timestamps in for you guys. Thank you so very much. And as always, I am always sending each one of you abundant love and light on your journey. Thank you.